GNCC crowned a new champion in 2022, Jordan Ashburn. Can the defending champ become a back-to-back champion here in 2023? The Magna One Motorsports Husqvarna of Jordan Ashburn stands ready. Are you? GNCC on MAV TV starts now.
Are you ready to go? GNCC Racing!
Hello and welcome to the opening round of the 2023 Grand National Cross Country Racing Series presented by Specialized, an AMA National Championship. We're here in Union, South Carolina for the Big Buck GNCC. I'm Mikey Waynes and I'll be taking you through today's racing action. And we begin with our rider intros. Why not? It's a new season. Guys are on new machines. We saw Ben Nelko there. There is Thad Duvall aboard the Coastal Racing Factory Gas ride this season. Josh Strang rocking the number 17 this year. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is also Josh Strang's 17th season as a Pro XC1 rider. Pretty impressive stuff. There is fan favorite Stu Baylor on the Rocky Mountain ATV MC Teely Energy Racing Team on the KTM. Grant Baylor, the Grizzly. Grant Baylor on the Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki, the Intimidator. Good to have Trevor Bollinger back racing with the Rockstar Husky team. A new old team, you could say, for Ricky Russell. Returning to the Ampro Yamaha team here this season. And, of course, Craig DeLong returning for the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team. I got to say, expecting big things out of Craig DeLong this year. He wants to be a regular podium guy. I think Craig DeLong gets his first win this season as well. And how about it? The defending champ, Mr. Consistency.
It's awesome to get it done last year, and coming into this year, we had a lot of work to do to be ready to try to go back, and I think we're there, and we're ready to come back out and try to do what we can.
Well, we heard from the defending champ, and now another former champ returns to GNCC here this season. Of course, we're talking about that man right there, Ben Kelly, making his return. Is he 100%? No. But is he ready? Yes.
I'm okay. Not as good as I'd like to be, obviously. It was a rough injury, and it took its toll, and I'm still struggling to come back from it. A whole lot of challenges and things coming with it. But it's been 10 months, and I've had a few weeks on the bike and had some issues, but just gonna do what I can. Go out there, race. I'm as ready as I can be within the circumstances. So, just looking forward to getting out there. I'm super pumped to be at GNCC, back at the races. Wish I was, 100% ready to fight like I was beginning of 2022. But gonna give it my best.
All right, and we head down to the starting line now. Mr. Ricky Towery with the waving of the green flag, and we are off with the XC1 Pro Class. Jockeying for position, that is Johnny Gerard out front battling with Josh Strang. And it's going to be Johnny Gerard grabbing that hole shot. Right there was a 212 Ampro Yamaha of Ricky Russell in the 2 spot. We head into the woods now. Let's see how it's shaping up. Gerard out front, Ricky Russell second. That is going to be Josh Strang in third. Ooh, Stu Baylor fourth. And Baylor already pushing the issue. Working the track, looking for opportunity around him. Just behind him was the defending champ, Jordan Ashburn, and that is your top 5 for the XC1. We head back down to the starting line now for the XC2 Pro-Am class. Some returning names, of course, Lyndon Snodgrass returning to the XC2 class, and he's in a fight. Is he going to grab the hole shot? Oh, now from that angle, it looks like it was Lyndon Snodgrass, but Evan Smith right there with him. As a matter of fact, I think that's Smith out in front of Snodgrass. But as we enter the woods here, no, it's going to be Snodgrass out front. There's Rui Barbosa, another heavy hitter, another big name we expect great things of in the XC2 class. I got to say, Rui Barbosa, Ryder Lafferty, Gus Reardon, Liam Draper, Lyndon Snodgrass, Evan Smith, heavy hitters in the XC2. Really looking forward to seeing how that one plays out here in 2023. And here we go with the FMF XC3 class, the 125s, jockeying for position. Who wants it? The 2-1-3 of Toby Cleveland is going to grab that whole shot and carry that early lead into the woods. And we'll see what Toby Cleveland and the boys in the XC3 have got in store in this one. Back out front with the XC1 Pro class, still Gerard, Russell, Strang, Baylor, and Ashburn, your top 5 right there. Love what I'm seeing early here out of Stu Baylor. Expect nothing less from him. He's kind of the diesel. Takes him a minute to get going, but you can see in his riding style, he's already looking for opportunity. Early on, it's real common to see these guys play follow the leader until, you get some more opportunities, but Baylor's just not that guy. He's going to push the issue. He wants to make the passes and get out front. Not the best start for Ben Kelly, which you heard him in the pre-race interview talk about, hey, am I ready to go? Yeah. Am I 100%? No, not even close. But nonetheless, good to see him back out here racing GNCC, and I got a feeling as this one continues to develop, a guy like Ben Kelly's going to chip away. He's just too good. And the defending champ, not the best start for him, but Mr. Consistency can find his way to the front. We have seen that many a time, no doubt about that. Tough start here for Trevor Bollinger. Now, Bollinger, another guy, we hadn't mentioned it yet. Oh, a new leader, Ricky Russell. So Ricky Russell makes a pass on Johnny Gerard, and that looked like Stu might have been in the 3 spot, unless I missed Strang in there. Nope, there goes Strang. So Stu Baylor now up into the 3 spot, but back to Trevor Bollinger real quick. Suffered an injury as well, as we know. He is not 100%. Giving it a go today. We'll see how this one plays out. But here's the bottom line. We are back. GNCC Racing. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. And welcome back to GNCC here on MAV TV. We've got ourselves a new leader. That's going to be Stu Baylor on the 514 Teely Energy KTM out in front. Ricky Russell in the 2 spot. Johnny Gerard in 3rd. Or is he? No, he is not. That is going to be his teammate right there, Ben Kelly, moving into the number 3 spot. Ben had the better line right there. And there goes the defending champ of Jordan Ashburn, trying to keep pace with these guys early in this one. Here come the rest of the XC1 riders, and got to think some of our XC2 guys going to be sneaking in there. And yeah, how about it? There is Trevor Bollinger right there toward the tail end of that pack of XC1. But again, new leader out in front. We mentioned it before the commercial break. Stu Baylor, just not the guy that's going to hang around and wait for opportunity. He is going to attack. The man went into attack mode early and finds himself out in front in this one. Good 4-way battle for those 3 podium positions. Johnny Gerard sitting now in the number 4 spot. And here comes the next pack here. Jordan Ashburn on the move, followed by Lane Michael, the 523 gas ride for Lane Michael. 514 Teely Energy at Rocky Mountain ATV MC Teely Energy team. And no place like home, right? Both this track, this facility, basically this is a home race. Certainly home state, and a stone's throw from home for Stu Baylor in this one. As a matter of fact, you go back, Stu Baylor's first career XC1 win, 2017, the opening round here at Big Buck. I know that it stands out in my mind. That was my first race. That was Stu's first win. Just a couple of hillbillies, me and Stu, always linked together. How about that? Kind of cool. Cool memory nonetheless. But like they say, no place like home. Stu Baylor, the diesel, Baylor heavy, doing work out in front. Ricky Russell having a solid ride in the 2 spot. And there goes Ben Kelly and his teammate Johnny Gerard. Of course, Gerard back on the KTM, factory KTM rider this year is Johnny Gerard, doing very well early in this one. And how about it for Stu Baylor? Just looking flawless right there. Just methodical the way he moves through the woods. Impressive stuff, and already putting a gap on these guys. Ricky Russell going to have to find another gear. The 212 Ampro Yamaha ride. A ride familiar with Ricky Russell. Of course, last year he was on the Coastal Racing factory gas team and made the switch to the Ampro Yamaha team in the offseason. See how that plays out for Ricky Russell here this year. So far, so good. Ashburn still with his hands full. Lane Michael and Craig DeLong not far off that pace. Knocking on the door of Jordan Ashburn. And here we go with the Yamaha Racing footage from the drone. Oh! And we just about had the pass right there. Is he going to make it? Yes, Ben Kelly making moves. Making moves early. How about that for the 5.30? Making the pass. Impressive stuff right there. Back with Stu Baylor. And there is Ben Kelly, the 5.30. And there is the 212 Ampro Yamaha of Ricky Russell. Oh no, look at this. This is not good. This is Ben Nelko, XC1 Pro here this season. His teammate Bub Sasha taking a look at that machine, and never a good sign when you're in the pits and the helmet's off. Jake Baylor said, here, get your rehydrate. Oh, more bad news. This is a Rockstar Husky pits. That's Trevor Bollinger. And Trevor looks to be nursing. Just kind of overheard him there. Sounds like somebody got into his line, took it away. Sounds like that might be it for Bollinger today. Well, Stu Baylor doing his thing out front. Can he keep it going? We'll be right back. Well, GNCC is more than just the pros. As a matter of fact, the majority of riders at a GNCC are made up of amateur riders. Now, the little rippers we see here at the Stasic race, they're not even racing for points, okay? This is just fun. But don't tell them that. They're bar banging. Look at him. I was going to say dragging a knee, but dragging a foot. He said, I got too much speed. This thing's too fast. I got to slow it down. But no, it's certainly a lot of fun to be had by the youngsters. I think it's more fun for the moms and dads than anything else. But boy, these kids, they live for it, and we love to see it. This right here, this is when we say this is what GNCC is all about. Oh, and he goes down. Getting some help from George. George says, I got you, bud. Jump back on that machine. Get going. He said, no problem. But again, this is what GNCC Racing's all about. Ricky Towery, I mean, we make it official. And hats off to the workers as well. Of course, everybody, working all day long, and they come out and do that. Very, very cool. Love to see it. And this guy's loving what he's seeing. That is Stu Baylor out in front. Ben Kelly in the number 2 spot. The number 530, we saw that incredible pass from the drone for the number 2 spot. Ricky Russell still sits in the number 3 position. And just look at that. I mean, that just, the camera shot is impressive in itself. But, man, this in person will blow you away. And if that right there wasn't a good example as Ricky Russell buzzing past some lap traffic like he was just standing still, that guy unfortunately getting some help from the mud fleas. There's another line as you see some of these riders taking it the easier, I use air quotes, you can't see them, but the easier line. Ashburn still in a heated battle with Lane Michael as well as Craig DeLong. I got to be honest, Craig, boy, I think if you were to talk to Craig DeLong after this one, he wouldn't be too happy, at least so far. Craig, at the end of last season, was talking about how he is ready to be the guy, not just battling for podiums, but battling for wins. And, it's early in the season. We've had so many injuries. There goes Ricky Russell right there on screen. But we've had so many injuries in the opening round the last couple of years that the general consensus heading into round 1 here this season was I just want to survive. I want to be able to go out there and I want to make sure I see the checkered flag. And, you know, I don't think either injury to, Ben Nelko, mechanical, but Trevor Bollinger didn't look, you know, too severe. Something taking him out for the remainder of this race. He wasn't 100%, but overall, I think everybody's going to be lining up for round 2 to this point. Let's knock on wood, but nonetheless, so far so good. Stu Baylor doing very well here, as well as Ben Kelly. You got two guys out front that, and Ricky Russell, throw him in there as well. I mean, the guys are just riddled by injury last season that really played a factor in the results of last year. Those guys weren't able to go out there and compete every round. It's so important that these guys are able to line up every single round. Ben Kelly, Ricky Russell on screen, battling and looking good, man. And how about it for the Teely Energy ride of Stu Baylor out in front, just really setting a pace and looks very comfortable. Meanwhile, Ben Kelly, no rest for him as Ricky Russell all over him, looking for opportunity. You get into one lapper, one little mistake, and suddenly Ricky Russell's going to go from a 3-spot to a 2-spot. Great racing so far. There is Jordan Ashburn, still in that heated battle, and I believe that might be Craig DeLong behind him now. Grant Baylor, and then there is Lane Michael battling. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. Here comes Stu Baylor. Welcome back, GNCC, here on MAV TV, the opening round of 2023. Ben Kelly sits in the number 2 spot. He's got all the smoke right now from Ricky Russell, the Ampro Yamaha ride, in the 3 spot. But here comes Stu Baylor as he looks up into the sky and says, "Oh, thank the Lord." Are we going to get it? Yes, we are. How about that? The seat comes off. He don't need no seat. He don't need a rear fender. Stu Baylor checks in for the win. Welcome to 2023. That's how you get it done right there. An impressive ride for the 514 machine. He's got the battle-torn jersey to prove it. Stu Baylor, his son right there in the background.
Man, it's awesome. I told myself I wasn't going to loop the bike because now I have to be conscious of the budget. But the crowd was wild today, the South Carolina crowd. Even if I win again, I gotta pay attention to the budget. So this is the last one.
Stu, how's it feel going into 2023 with the first win?
It's good. You know, it's been stressful the last couple months. I've been on one. It's been tough. I mean, it's not coming in. We're not getting the support that we thought we could. A lot of parts not in. So we're scratching to get by. If it weren't for the Rocky Mountain guys, luckily Rocky's able to carry just about everything in stock. So we've been able to float with those guys. Huge shout out to them. And we're wearing a lot of hats right now. But to be running a training facility, training kids, running a team, racing, I think we did pretty good.
And in the meantime, Ben Kelly was able to sit in there chatting with the teammate, Johnny Gerard, but nonetheless able to come in and capture that number 2 spot here today. We're going to see a lot of it this season.
Man, it was gnarly. It's good to be back GNCC racing, and I had an okay, back of the pack start. Just kind of feeling it out. And yeah, it was just kind of, all the guys are good in the beginning. We were all just running like a little freight train, and I just slowly picked off guys until I got into 3rd behind Ricky Russell, and I think Stu was out front, checked out a bit on us, and yeah, Rick and I had a good battle there for, the first half of the race. I finally snuck by him in the, kind of right before the pit on lap 3, and then he was on my wheel for the next couple laps, and I was just pushing to stay smooth, stay off the ground, try to break away from him, but he kept hounding me. Eventually I got enough time. Caught up to Stu and he pit opposite laps there at lap 4, and but by the time I caught him, I was gassed. He played it smart, broke away early, And then by the time I caught him, he probably picked up the pace, and I had nothing left. Just did all I could to stay on the track and hold off Ricky. And coming away with P2 is, way better than I expected. Wasn't even sure I'd be out here, but P2, it's awesome.
Well, taking a look at the top 10, again, Baylor with the win. Kelly, second. Russell, third. Ashburn, fourth. And Craig DeLong rounding out the top 5. Craig putting it together late.
Yeah, I guess got really tight at the beginning. I was trying to chase Stu, and he was going really fast, so I was just like trying to be the older, wiser person and not crash myself out like a lot of people do here at Big Buck because it's sketchy. So kind of just waited till I loosened up, and then Ben got around me, and I just was able to latch on, and really it didn't seem too bad. And towards the end, I was trying to give her a push to get hopefully by him, and every time I'd get to him, I'd crash, or a lapper would screw me up, and then get a little ways away, and then I was able to catch back up. So speed was there. I just got to work on little things in that last hour.
Well, after hearing from Ricky Russell there, we'll take a look at our Specialized race recap. Off and rolling out front early, the factory KTM ride of Johnny Gerard grabbing that hole shot. Ricky Russell right there, though. Right there in the mix. Great start for Josh Strang in this one, setting that number 3 spot for a while. But boy, the man that was going to work early, not sitting around and waiting, not playing follow the leader, was Stu Baylor. But how about this pass by Ben Kelly on Ricky Russell for the number 2 spot? Talk about line choice, and I mean, you could not thread a needle between the rear tire of Ben Kelly and the front tire of Ricky Russell. That is GNCC. What a beautiful pass by Ben Kelly right there. But again, the 514 Teely Energy, Rocky Mountain ATV MC Teely Energy team, Stu Baylor, just such an incredible ride. Was able to put a gap on these guys and just kind of ride his own pace, hit his marks, and bring it home. While Ricky Russell and Ben Kelly had a dogfight for 3 hours battling for that number 2 spot. There were some moments there, as you see right there, Ben Kelly able to put a little bit of time on Ricky Russell, but Rough and Rowdy got right back up there on the rear wheel. But boy, how about it? When the checkered flag flew, Baylor Heavy comes in for the win. How about that? Well, big congratulations to our top 3. That's going to wrap things up for us. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.